Before we get started, let me address the silly, childish argument that I know LeBron fans are going to put forth. Why are you still talking about LeBron? It's the off season and you're still talking about LeBron. Question: did the media put out in the off season a ridiculous horseshit pro LeBron commercial? Why don't they shut up? What do we always say? What do myself and my co-hosts say? When you stop telling lies about LeBron, we'll stop countering those lies. Anyway, that commercial is a separate video. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Let's get into the topic today. A week or so ago on one of the live shows, all I saw was the thumbnail that Shannon Sharpe was back podcasting. And I said, not only, why isn't he behind bars? But I said, oh, I see that the title is once again something along the theme of woulda, shoulda, coulda, what might have been. And I ask this all the time. Are you fanboys not tired of living in the world of what might have been? Have you actually replaced actual tangible success with intangible might have beens? Potential success that didn't take place. Shame on Ty Lue for participating in this. Shame on any man who participates in these sorts of podcasts. I mean, the woulda, shoulda, coulda game can go on forever, and anyone can play it. May I provide an example of such an interview with someone who isn't a LeBron supporter or just impersonating the LeBron James way of thinking? Oh, hey, if your team was allowed to get whoever they want and other teams aren't allowed to get whatever they want, and your team stays healthy and that team doesn't stay healthy, do you think you could have won more? Oh, it's a great question. I'm glad you asked. Absolutely. Absolutely. What if Steph Curry sat down and was asked these types of questions? Hey, Steph, if the league hadn't cheated for LeBron in 2016, and if half your team hadn't gone down with injuries in 2019, do you think you could have four-peated or possibly five-peated? Oh, it's such an interesting question. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, I actually do think so. You know, if I had shot better in those last couple of games, if Clay had shot better, if Bogut hadn't gotten hurt, if the league hadn't passed down a really weird suspension, if the league hadn't only punished Draymond instead of punishing LeBron, who actually deserved the initial punishment, if the other team hadn't had Kyrie playing defense on me, if I hadn't been hurt, yeah, I really think things might have been different. I mean, here we are talking about if LeBron could have won again. If this, that, and the other thing might have happened. And we're supposed to be excited, or you fans are supposed to be excited that LeBron might have won another one. If all these things had aligned perfectly for him. Well, someone who is better than LeBron and has been more dominant than LeBron in the same time as LeBron doesn't just have to talk about maybe winning again. We're talking about 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. And then they actually did win again in 2022. I mean, that's a little bit more impressive than, oh, would you have won again if you had Kyrie? And by the way, did people not understand that they did have another season with Kyrie and you didn't win? And what's that blamed on? That the other team went out and got somebody? It's just amazing how quickly they talk about Kevin Durant as though Kevin Durant is the GOAT. Like Kevin Durant is the unfair advantage that just knocked everything out of order. I thought the Cavs had the GOAT. Doesn't that already make it unfair? Who can't play the woulda, shoulda, coulda game? In fact, this new embracing of guys coming on and playing the woulda, shoulda game now has all kinds of people inserting themselves into the GOAT debate. Well, if this and if that, who knows what might have been. Now, you got Michael Jordan, who instead of us saying, what if, just did it. Now, if you wanted to, we could play the what if game and add even more titles to Michael Jordan's career, but we don't need to because he already showed us who he was and what he was capable of. But when he was asked what is essentially a what if, woulda, shoulda, coulda type of thing, are you the GOAT? He basically didn't play that silly game because he realized, I didn't play against those guys. I'll never be able to prove if I was better than them. Let's not have this silly conversation. Wow. An adult talking. Anyway, let's get into UnCut Hoops' video because I finally listened to some of this, and he always does good videos, and I'm just going to add a couple of thoughts to it.
For us to have the conversation that LeBron is the greatest, he needs to get to close to, if not past, 7 titles. You and I both agree on that. Had LeBron and Kyrie stayed together, they win another championship?
Yes, sir. If Katie...
See, he has to say this second part because they did stay together and they didn't win.
He doesn't go to Golden State, I think we win
3 in a row.
It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication.
Warriors would have lost to the Cavs in 2017 and 2018 without Kevin Durant. If that would have happened, LeBron would now be...
We already have to stop. Like, most of us agree that having KD on that team was quite an advantage. But even then, we don't know. Even then, we don't know what would have happened. Like Nick Wright is stating that the Cavs would have won, period. What happens with LeBron James is situations that should work and where the deck is stacked in his favor, he still finds a way to make it not work. So there are no guarantees.
I'll be sitting here with 6 rings.
Flashback.
Just flat out say it.
Give it to me.
If the Warriors had to do it over again, they wouldn't have gotten Durant. In about 4 months, when this Cavs team wins another title,
that quickly,
that'll be the resume that you can stack up next to Michael's to be the greatest basketball player ever.
Okay, so what's happening here is that UnCut Hoops is showing that people actually didn't think this was going to work. And that's the difference between Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors and LeBron James. LeBron James stacks the deck with talent, and it still doesn't work a lot of the time. The Warriors found a way for adding Kevin Durant to actually work. And they kicked the shit out of LeBron. LeBron James stacked the deck too. He just got beaten.
Ever.
when it comes to the LeBron James media mafia, guys like Nick Wright, Shannon, Sharpe, Colin Cowherd, the prominent LeBron James fans, these guys have absolutely no shame, no moral compass, and no integrity when it comes to the game of basketball. As of course, for the most part, they don't love basketball or even the NBA. And I'm sure you guys know by now, the only thing they love is indeed LeBron James.
For LeBron to pass Jordan, he needs a time machine to go back about 11 months when he passed him the first time.
Shut the fuck.
That's the absurd line that got Nick Wright on the map, right? He learned, oh, in this day and age, just get extra absurd, and then people will start paying attention to you.
Up and listen. It's over.
It's GOAT James. It's GOAT James in the building.
I don't think so.
Now, for LeBron fans at this point, their playbook, their tactics are pretty transparent and predictable. As of course, this past season, Shannon Sharpe all year long was saying Lakers in 5 are going to beat OKC, they're going to make the finals and win the championship. Now, of course, that didn't happen. LeBron James failed, and after that, it was crickets. That right there in a nutshell is LeBron James fans.
Well, it wasn't actually crickets. There was a lot of noise about blaming everyone except for LeBron, primarily Luka. And apparently the whole Lakers team was out of shape except for LeBron.
Tons of hype expectations, followed by silence, deflections, and excuses once LeBron loses.
How many teams in the West are you taking over your Lakers right now?
I'm not really sure I'm taking any right now. I told you it's going to be Lakers. That's it.
A few moments later.
Yeah. I'm going to pay an ugly OnlyFans model so I can get a piece of ass.
I didn't notice it till he got to the Lakers because that was the only time that we've ever seen LeBron be injured.
Yeah.
But when he has these groin injuries, he's not the same when he gets back because he's hesitant.
Oh my God. Which groin injury are we talking about? Because like they pop up whenever the fuck they need to, don't they?
And for someone like Shannon Sharpe, who's been a prominent NBA figure for quite some time, that cycle right there isn't new to Shannon. As even back in 2017, Shannon Sharpe was pretty emphatic Cleveland to win the championship, beat KD, Steph, Clay, and Draymond. And of course, what didn't happen? What do you get from Shannon Sharpe? Excuses, blame, and pointing fingers.
Okay, so again, credit to UnCut Hoops for providing us with the history. It wasn't just Nick Wright. It was Shannon. It was the rest of them. They always get very bold and make bold predictions, and there just aren't consequences for being wrong. It's similar to how they say that LeBron winning more would add to his legacy, but losing more doesn't take away from his legacy. It's win-win for them. And in this case, it's another example of them being bold enough to say it doesn't even matter that they have KD because LeBron and the Cavs are so good. And then when they don't win, when the Cavs don't win, oh, it was unfair that they had KD. You gotta have consistent arguments to be taken seriously.
But you know what, Skip? I'm going to make you sick. I got the Cavs in 6.
Cavs have some good veterans on their bench. Pass all the way across, and Durant throws it down. James drives, goes right at Durant, can't finish. Curry the rebound. Curry.
Where's LeBron? Where's LeBron? Poor LeBron's upset. Oh, man. You can pretty much go back to any time in history and see LeBron's team having to play 4-on-5.
Deep three.
What actually did the Warriors accomplish last night? They held serve at home. Isn't that what the home team is supposed to do? But this is what I do know will happen. They will make adjustments. The Cavs will not play as bad as they did game 1.
All the perimeter play. Durant, backdoor for the slam. Clark launches a three.
Lose game 3, it does nothing to his legacy because he's a Mount Rushmore player. Now, this probably removes the conversation.
So, if you are a Mount Rushmore player, which LeBron is not, but if you are a Mount Rushmore player, then losing doesn't matter. If you could lose for the rest of your life and it will not remove you from being a Mount Rushmore player. Is that what you're saying? I can't believe this fucking piece of shit's back on TV already. I know this clip is old, but he's back.
Conversation, him and the GOAT, that probably is off the table if he were to lose this game.
James falling away. On the switch. Durant drives. Gets a great look and finishes. Incredible opportunity. Durant for three. It's good. Kevin Durant from downtown.
Him and the GOAT, that probably is off the table if he were to lose this game.
See, Shannon serves this up as though he's doing us a favor. I'll concede something that isn't actually even on the table. LeBron James is not in the GOAT conversation. He's a failure. And an epic failure. But when Shannon says it like this, he's basically saying that he's still a Mount Rushmore player. He's just not the GOAT. And yeah, this is which one is this? 2017? Did he stick with this? That he had to be removed from the GOAT conversation because Shannon has put him back in the GOAT conversation, it seems like every single year, despite the failures. Oh, I'm sorry, the bubble ring. Woohoo!
Love to inbound. Finds James. James blocked by Iguodala. Ball loop.
You know what the theme of these clips that Uncut just showed is that the Cavs had the wrong guy. Durant could hit it. James couldn't.
Touched out of bounds by James.
So be my guest.
Even in a loss, he enhanced his legacy. The Cavs were underdogs to begin with.
Not according to you, Shannon. And I'm sorry, even if you are the underdog, if you lose, it's not winning.
No, that ain't who I think it is.
That right there from Shannon Sharpe is completely embarrassing and utterly pathetic. But here's the bigger point. Shannon Sharpe having those predictions being so bombastic, who you speak on behalf of is LeBron James fans. As of course back in 2017, if you follow the NBA, follow the media, LeBron fans in that year's finals thought Cleveland was going to win the championship. In hindsight, is that kind of delusional? I guess you could say it is. But looking at those two rosters, it's not some big-time mismatch where the Warriors are going to waltz to a championship. As of course, Cleveland had a big three and tons of depth.
I mean, we were a super team. And we were a team that was expected to go to the finals, expected to have the potential to win a championship.
Y'all got kids.
Is he crying there? Is Kevin Love crying about expectations when you have stacked the deck unfairly? Probably. Let's look at Miami. Miami should have won at least 5 rings. And LeBron James is why they didn't. And if you were to hold the Cavaliers or the Golden State Warriors, if you were to give the Golden State Warriors an out, the way that LeBron fans give the Miami Heat an out, what would that have looked like? Because the Golden State Warriors only didn't win once they added Kevin Durant, when Kevin Durant and other members of the team couldn't even play. But when healthy, the Warriors won every time that you expected them to win. Miami Heat did not win when you expected them to win. What's the difference? Who is the piece that fucks things up?
Kevin Durant and Steph and Clay and Draymond. We still got the King. We still got Uncle Drew. We still got K-Love. Now what? So now when you go to your bench, you can bring in Deron Williams. You can bring in Derek. Derek Williams has been playing great. The number two pick out of Arizona, he's played really well. Richard Jefferson, Shump. I ain't even mentioned Shannon Fry. So Skip, as a matter of fact, in about an hour and a half, I'm gonna call Jared. I'm gonna get signed for this new ring I'm about to get. The 2017 model.
Why does he think that he's going to get a ring if his lover, LeBron James, were to get a ring? But more importantly, he just spelled out the advantage that the Cleveland Cavaliers had. That was a super team and then some against a super team. But let's not forget, and I know I mentioned this a lot, the Golden State Warriors were a collection of draftees plus Kevin Durant. It's not even a super team on the level that the Cavaliers were. Cavaliers were a bunch of mercenaries assembled with shady deals and insane contracts.
Curry, 3, bang!
If LeBron James in Game 3 of this series didn't choke and fall down the stretch, this series goes 6 games or possibly 7. Where the Cavaliers have won, it's hard to say. But the series only going 5 games was undoubtedly a bitter disappointment given the hype expectations from LeBron fans, as was the media. And looking back at Christmas Day, when the Cavs beat Golden State, it was a monumental deal and a turning point for a lot of LeBron fans predicting a repeat and ring number 4.
What did you learn from this finals rematch?
The Warriors are in worse trouble than I anticipated.
Just flat out say it.
Give it to me.
If the Warriors had to do it over again, they wouldn't have gotten Durant. And I think the facts bear that out.
Wow.
LeBron ever pass Jordan? Of course he can. To me, the question is will and when.
Okay.
And the answer is in about 4 months when this Cavs team wins another title.
I know he's explaining it, but this is my reaction, and I'm going to double down on things that should be obvious. They not only thought that the Cavs would still win, they were arrogant about it. And that was at the Christmas rematch. And I guess the Warriors looked like they had some problems to figure out.
You know what happened on Christmas Day. You were up 14, and we came and got you. So ain't nothing changed. The only thing that's changed is the time and the location in which we're playing.
You are wrong. All of you are wrong.
So stopping that right there very quickly, again, much like Shannon, Sharpe, Nick Wright, has these bold predictions, bold proclamations that never come true. And once LeBron loses, just sweep it under the rug, it never happened. Yes, LeBron took an L, but it doesn't really count. Because of course the team he was playing was so great, so unbeatable, you can't expect anyone to beat them, even though Shannon, Sharpe, and Nick Wright, heading into the series, said LeBron James would do that and become the quote-unquote GOAT of the NBA.
I want to bet the look on your face when LeBron is holding that trophy. That look right there, you got that puck like. But because of this guy, you know you got a chance. And he knows what he has to do. Get him into the fourth quarter. Get him to a game 6. Get him to a game 7. He get you the game.
I'm sorry. Has Shannon Sharpe watched LeBron James in a fourth period ever? Get the ball in this guy's hands. Watch him in the fourth period. If you're a LeBron fan, you want just about every fourth period of every game LeBron James has ever played removed from history.
Game 6 and game 7. Get you in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My biggest pet peeve of LeBron James fans is revisionist history. As of course a decade later, the KD Warriors are unbeatable. LeBron had no chance.
Just a little reminder with that clip there. The Cavaliers, poor Cavaliers, had someone like Kyle Korver. Oh, he was just the best three-point shooter in the league the season before, and they magically went out and grabbed him to help LeBron spread the floor even further. But yeah, what a disadvantage. Poor LeBron had no help.
In the moment, nobody thought that. And here's the thing. If you say Cleveland 2017 was going to win the championship, and they don't, yes, your prediction is wrong. But having said Cleveland would win the series, you admitted LeBron's supporting cast was good, above average, if not great. Because again, looking at that roster, it's absolutely loaded. And here's the question they never ask. If LeBron James is so great, so unbeatable, you think he can do all these great things and never does. At what point is that an indictment on you and your confidence in LeBron James to get the job done? Because of course, over and over again, they predict great things that never come to fruition. Now, speaking of great things that never happened, LeBron James in Cleveland, of course, did not three-peat. But Shannon Sharpe now in 2025 is saying if Kyrie stayed in Cleveland, they would have done just that.
Had LeBron and Kyrie stayed together, they win another championship?
Yes, sir. Also think if KD doesn't go to Golden State.
Did you see the score? Did you see the score that UnCut put up?
Oh, yeah, but they had to get him.
Yeah.
They had to get him. They were never going to beat you guys again, T-Lo.
Yeah.
You know what you needed to do? LeBron needed to go and get KD, apparently, because LeBron couldn't do it. Like LeBron needed to go and get Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. By the way, I never watched it. So is it true that these guys go on to say that Ty Lue and LeBron were begging Kyrie not to leave. And everybody's leaving out that LeBron tried to get Kyrie traded right after they won in 2016. Something's not adding up.
If KD doesn't go to Golden State, I think we win
3 in a row.
He's delusional.
The idea LeBron James in Cleveland would have somehow three-peated is an absolutely ludicrous idea.
3 in a row. So, brings me back to what I said at the beginning of the show. If you want to play the woulda, shoulda, coulda game, then if this doesn't happen and that doesn't happen, the Warriors win 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. 5 in a row. 5 in a row. Forget your 3 in a row. 5 in a row.
A ludicrous hypothetical. If you say Cleveland could have three-peated, what's your evidence? Looking at the big three, yes, in 2016, they did win. But the idea Kyrie and Kevin Love for a three-peat run could have held up, I simply don't buy it. I was looking at K-Love in 2015, out the majority of the postseason. 2016, also banged up. 2017, missed 20-plus games. And 2018, missed 24 games, including 1 game in the East Finals. Then looking at Kyrie, 2015, missed half the playoff run. 2016, missed 29 games. 2017, 10 games. And 2018, the entire postseason. For someone like Kyrie Irving and all...
That's interesting. Cavs could have been even worse off because Kyrie gets hurt when he leaves. Otherwise, Boston beats the Cavs, and the Cavs don't even go back to the finals.
All-time great basketball talent, highly skilled player.
God, that would have been, oh my God. That's one of the bigger disappointments in NBA history for me because I wanted Kyrie to leave and then beat LeBron. God damn. It was kind of close too. Boston was winning even without Kyrie.
His one fatal flaw is durability. And look at the KD Warriors with Steph Curry. That team undoubtedly a stacked team from 2017 to 2019. But what did them in? Injury luck and Kevin Durant pulling his hamstring, then his Achilles. The Heat in 2014, a stacked roster with multiple All-Stars. But what did them in? Fatigue and wear and tear. Long story short, Shannon's hypothetical of the Cavaliers 3-peat happening has more evidence going against it than actually with it. And in my view, it's damn near improbable.
Yeah, what kind of woulda, shoulda, couldas could we play with San Antonio? I mean, San Antonio came really close to an extremely dominant dynasty. Like even beyond the finals that they didn't win, there were some Western Conference playoffs that were just so unfair for the West to be going through compared to what LeBron was going through in the East, which was basically nothing. It was so hard to even get to the finals. How many seasons could the San Antonio Spurs play woulda, shoulda, coulda? We would have been in the finals, 7 straight years. If this, if that, if the other thing. Playing the woulda, shoulda, coulda game just is pointless. I'll never be able to prove that what I'm saying is true. And they can't prove that what they're trying to say is true either. But they say it as if it's an undisputed fact that everything would have gone LeBron's way if this and if that. When we actually have a long history of LeBron James showing that things don't go according to plan, even when people don't get hurt.
I tell you, I don't see it happening.
So that right there is in the video. And once again for LeBron, frankly, Shannon Sharpe, these guys have absolutely no shame. No argument is too low, too outlandish for an argue as LeBron James, the greatest player in league history. But like I said earlier, if you truly are the GOAT, you don't need hypotheticals, what ifs, these magical scenarios that are in fantasy land to prove your point. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.
Excellent work, of course. And I know I was redundant. I know I basically repeated what he got across in the video, but sometimes with the intelligence level of these LeBron fans, I'm sorry, I know that's really mean, but it just seems like you really need it spelled out for you. since you aren't even actually aware of what took place in history. One example, some of them probably think that Kyrie left the Cavs after 2016 based on that interview with Ty Lue. Anyway, that's it. This was long enough. Thanks, everybody.